Well, does our community need a makeover to help us get healthier and live longer? Of course. There's an innovative way to do that called Blue Zone Projects, which will help us get better, eat better, and also get more exercise. It's already been successful in some cities across the nation. Joining us to explain and how to implement the program in our communities is healthcare and innovator and WellMark Executive Vice President Laura Jackson. And thanks for joining us today, Laura. Tell us what this is all about, because of course, we do need to get healthier. Any community needs to get healthier. How do we do that?
Well, Tom, the Blue Zones project is really a unique project brought to us by Healthways and Blue Zones. And this is really founded based on Dan Buettner. He's a National Geographic author and researcher. He studied the places in the world where people live the longest, healthiest lives and brought those lessons back to this country, and has really helped a lot of Iowans already think about how they can change their built environment, from the policies to the physical work environments to also the social networking, so that we can kind of get back to the basics and live healthier lives.
Ooh, I like that. Back to the basics to live healthier lives. Now, how does the community makeover take shape? Because it's more than just a couple of steps, right?
It's a lot more than a couple of steps. So what we like to tell people is, if your community is really ready for a makeover, and we think most communities in this country are, the first thing to do is think about what kind of conveniences do you see in your environment. And we have done this over several years, where we make everything easier, and we move less, we eat more, we eat the wrong foods, we socialize less. And so if you go back, I like to say, into the 1970s and look at the way we lived, we walked to school. Those are some of the things that the Power 9 teaches us about how to change the built environment for communities. So really, our citizens, almost unconsciously, the way we live today, we start to unconsciously live a healthier life like we used to.
And it's one of those things where we really have to kind of put down the iPhone, the iPad, talk eye to each other, and so much of that is missed out on today's society. And I noticed some greenscapes that's there, getting out and walking and breathing fresh air and getting out and having a lot of fun with folks. And of course, you can accomplish more when you're walking and talking with people. You're accomplishing two things at one time. Getting back to just how unique this is from other programs.
This is a unique program, Tom, and the reason I believe it's so unique, and I think others have looked at this and agreed, it's very holistic for a community. So this isn't just an exercise program that you're going to recruit people into. It's not something where you're just going to work in a certain part of town. This is really, like you said, it's almost a makeover for a community, thinking through restaurants and what they put on their menus, thinking through sidewalks and how they're connected, thinking through community policies that are barriers to people having safe places to play. Ways in which you can get children to walk to school, taking junk out of the schools, if you will, and removing sugary sweetened beverages from vending machines. It's very holistic. If you walk into a Blue Zones community that is really focused on making this evolution, and they have a long blueprint and a ways to go, you will see Blue Zones everywhere. And so what you find yourself doing is really making a healthy choice.
Sort of a total lifestyle makeover in a sense. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will definitely check in on that for here in the Charleston area. Thanks so much, and have a great holiday.
Thanks, Tom.
And we've got more after the break, so stay with us.